So today we'll be discussing about how to insert a new node at various positions in a given linked list. We'll be discussing three strategies. First one is that you make the new node as the first node of the list, and the second one is that you can make the node at the end of the list, which means the last node of the list. And third one is that you take a random choice, okay, any position anywhere in the list. So we'll see how to perform all these operations. So to begin with, let's start with insertion at the beginning of the linked list. Okay, so you can see an algorithm here. Okay, so what you actually have in your hand before you start is that you know that there is an existing linked list and you are trying to insert a new element into the linked list, making it the first element of the updated list. Okay, so you have two values before you start. The first one is that you know what is the starting address of the current linked list. Second, you know which is the data item that should be stored inside your newly created node. Okay, so you have two values with you. One is a pointer and we call it as header, which stores the starting address of the linked list. Second one is the data that you actually want to insert into your newly created node. Okay, so what will be the output? The output is that you will be still having a single linked list with the newly inserted node at the beginning of the list. Okay, so from here, after the process is completed, the header will be pointing to your newly created node. Okay, so in data structure remains the same, which is a singly linked list, and you have header pointing to the starting position of your linked list. Okay, so what will be the steps? First one is that you have to create a node. Okay, so that is written in the procedure, which is new is equal to get node. Okay, so you have an assumption that node is something which is defining your original node structure. Okay, so when we have discussed about linked list, I have told you that each of the node inside a linked list will be identical in size and structure. Okay, each of the node inside a linked list will be identical in size and structure. So what you're trying to do is that you are going to create a node having the same structure and size as that of the already existing nodes inside the linked list. Okay, so here the node written in capital letters is corresponding to the structure which you have created for the original linked list elements. Okay, the original nodes inside the linked list, the original linked list. Okay, so that is mentioned by the node written in capital letters. Now what you're trying with the get node procedure is that you're going to travel through the memory space, already available free memory space, find out the position where you can avail there's so many amount of memory required for creating a new node which is having the same size as that of already existing nodes. Okay, so you will be searching the entire memory pool, finding out where you can fit this particular memory or fit this particular node. Take the address of that particular location, take the starting address of that particular location, and you assign the address to a pointer variable called new. Okay, so new will have two values, either of the two values. First one, if you have successfully found a particular location where you can store the node, then you will have a valid address as the content of new. If you have searched the entire memory pool and you couldn't find any data, or if you couldn't find any location which could afford so much of memory which is required for the node, then obviously the get node procedure will result in an error and the value which is being stored in new will be a null. So new, the pointer variable new will have either of the two values, either a valid address which is the starting address of the assigned memory location, or an error, which means it will be having a null value. So if new is having a null value, that means you couldn't find a memory space sufficient for making a new node of the existing linked list. Then you will say, we are really sorry, we couldn't find the space, and you will exit from the algorithm. Okay, or you will exit from the process. If you could successfully assign a valid address for new, which means out of the whole memory node, you could find a position where you can find some room for the newly created node, then there will be a valid address associated with new. Okay, so new is having the starting address of the memory location which is currently assigned for this newly created node. So new is having a valid address. So the if condition fails and you will go to the else part. Okay, what has to be done? So initially you have header which is pointing to the first node of the existing linked list. Now your mission is that you have to make new or the memory location, the node which is being addressed by new as the first node. So obviously header should now point to the first node which is being created or which is being named as new, right? So before we do that, what you have to do, you have to make the address field of the newly created node to store the address of the original first node. Okay, so suppose you have a data item 10 residing in the current linked list as its first node. Okay, and the address of that node is 1500. The memory location corresponding to the node where 10 is being stored is 1500. The newly assigned node, the newly created node is from the starting address 3000. Okay, so new is having the address 3000, 10 is stored at 1500. Okay, what you have to do, you will have a space for storing the data as well as a space for storing the memory address inside the newly created node, right? So inside the field for storing the memory address, you should copy the value where you can find 10. What is that value? It is 1500. So the link field of new will be updated with the memory address of the current first node. And where you can find the address 1500, you know what is header. The link field of header will be having the value which is corresponding to 1500. So the first step is that you have to copy the content of the link value of header to your newly created node, which means the link field of new will now be having the value 1500. Okay, so both new and header is now having the address 1500. Now you had a data which is to be updated as the data value of the newly created node. You just update it as new data is equal to x, where x is the new value to be added. Okay, suppose it was 50. Now the newly created node is being updated with data field 50 and address field 1500. Now what you have to do? You have set the link between the new node and the node having 10. It is already set. Here you can ask header to point to new. So what you have to do? The link field of header node should be updated with the content of, with the address of new. Okay, which is the starting address of the newly created node. I'll show you a pictorial representation of the same. So as you can see, you have a header node here. It is a header node, not a pointer. Okay. So you have a header node. The header node will contain no data, but a link field will be updated with the value 1500, which is corresponding to the value of the first element of the list. I'm just taking 1500 as a random value. You can think of any other values. Okay, so as of now I'm just taking 1500 as the starting address of the first node where the element A has been stored. Okay, now what are you doing? You are creating a new node. Okay, so a new node has been created, memory has been allocated. Okay, so new is corresponding to the starting address of the assigned memory location. Okay, forget about the size difference, it's just a picture. Okay, so new is corresponding to the newly created node. Okay, It is taken from the memory bank. You have created it. So this is your new node. You have updated the value, the data field value as X. The link field value will be initially null. Okay, that comes with the get node procedure. The link field value will be initially null. Now what you have to do? You have to update the content. So the null value will be updated with 1500. The link field of new will be updated as 1500. Okay, so the null value goes off. Okay, you have created a link from X to A, which means from new to the first node of the current list or the existing list. Okay, now this link has been set. Now you can update header to point to new. Okay, so that link goes off. This is your new list with X being the first node, A being the second node, B the third node, and so on. So this is how insertion happens from the front. Okay, I hope that's clear for you. Now, let's start with insertion at the end of an already existing list. Insertion has to happen at the end of an already existing list. Now, in this scenario, you will have to make some differences, some understandings also. So, what you have in your hand is that you have a data item which should be added as part of the newly created node. Also, you will have the starting address of the current or existing linked list, which is stored inside the header node. Okay, so the header node will have the starting address. Header node will have the starting address. If you are going for header node, then you will have the starting address of the first node. If you are going for a header pointer, then you will have the starting address of the first node intact. Okay, then what you have to do, you know what is the starting address, but obviously you are not knowing about which will be the last node of this list. So what you have to do, you have to travel through the list until you find a node which is having its link value as null. Obviously that will be the current last node of the list. Okay, so you will start traveling through the list until you reach the last node of the list where the pointer value will be null. Okay, so after that you will change the pointer value from null to point to the newly created node, and the newly created node will have its pointer value as null. This is being done inside the algorithm. Okay, so first you have to find out, just like we had it in insertion at the front, you will have to find out whether there is a valid address for new or whether it is null. If it is null, you can terminate from the process. If it is not, then you will go to the else part. Here, header is a pointer, that is why we have written ptr is equal to header. If you had header as a node, then ptr would be written as ptr is equal to header link. Okay, now what you have to do, you have to start traveling through the node. So how can that be possible? You have to travel till that node where the value in the link field is null. Okay, so you will travel till ptr link is equal to null, not till ptr is equal to null. If you go do that, you will come out of the existing list and you cannot perform the process. So since you want to be there at the last node, you are taking ptr link is equal to null. So you will travel from the first node, second node, third node, etc. You will stop and come out of the while loop when ptr is at the last node. Okay, remember at the last node where the link field is equal to null. Then what you have to do, now you are in the last node, you have to change the null pointer and make the link field store the address of the newly created node. That is why ptr link is being updated to new and the data field of new will be updated with X. When the get node procedure is executed, the link value of the newly created node will be by default set to null. That is why we are not adding new link is equal to null here. If you want to write it, you can write it as new link is equal to null. No problem. Okay. So let's see a diagrammatic representation of the same. will have an animation. Again, header and PTR are both pointing to the first node. You will travel through the list. You have created a node. You have added the value as X being the data and null being the null being the link field. What you have to do? You have to find out the last element, right? So you are advancing PTR from the first node to second node to third node, so and so, until you reach a point where the link value of the node is null. So PTR is right now at F. F is having the link value as null. Okay. What happens? You are updating the null to point to new. Okay. So you are updating the null pointer with the address of the newly created node and you are taking that null out. This becomes the modified list. Okay, so the modified list is A, B, C, D, E, F and X. X will be pointing to the null. Okay, so this is how insertion happens at the end of a linked list. Last, you have insertion to be happening at any position. Whether it be second, third or fourth, whatever it is not going to happen at the front, it is not going to happen at the end, it can be at any position. For that, what you do is that you have to identify the content of the data, content of the node after which the insertion has to happen. Okay, so if you are going to make the node as the fourth node of the list, then you have to identify what is the content of the third node. Okay, so you will have the third node. The third node will be pointing to the fourth node of the existing list. You will have to break that link. You will have to make the third node pointing to the newly created node and the newly created node will be pointing to the fourth node of the existing list. This is how it is done. Let's see what happens. Okay, so before we start, we should have something in our hand. First thing is that you should know what is the starting address of the list, the existing list, and you should also have what is the data to be inserted. Along with that, you should have a third value which is the data value of the node after which the insertion has to happen. So if we talk about the third node, you should have the data value of the third node so that you can make the new node as the fourth node of the modified list. Okay, output will obviously be the singly linked list again with the newly created node being added at the specific position. Data structure remains the same, which is a singly linked list. As of now, we are dealing all these operations with singly linked list, but you can try doing it with doubly linked list or circular linked list or circular doubly linked list or whatever. Okay. So let's move with the algorithm. So initial steps remains the same. You have to find out whether new is having a valid address or not. If it is not having a valid address, you can terminate from the process. If it is having a valid address, then you will go to the else part. You will start updating your PTR. Okay, so PTR is your traversing variable. Just like you have I in a for loop, PTR is going to help you with traveling through a linked list. Okay, just a random variable. You don't have to write PTR all the time. You can write anything of your choice. It is just a iterating variable. Okay, so PTR is currently pointing to the same node which is being pointed by the header pointer. Okay, so both of them are pointing to the first node or first data node of the linked list, the existing linked list. Now what you have to do? You have to travel through the list. So you have to travel through the list till that position where you find the corresponding data item. What if the corresponding data item was not there? Then you are not able to perform the insertion, right? Okay, so the while loop says it is a dual condition while loop. Okay, so first condition is that the PTR data is not equal to key, where key is the data item of the node after which the new node has to be created. Okay, so PTR data is equal to key. And what is PTR link not equal to null? Is this the case where you have traveled through the entire list and reached the point where you have reached the last node? Okay, so you can still come out of the loop. You don't want to make an infinite loop. That is why you have set dual condition. Either you exit from the while loop when you have met the corresponding position, or you exit from the while loop when you have gone out of the loop. Okay, gone out of the linked list. So you advance PTR like that, and to you would have come out of the linked list because of two reasons. Either PTR link was equal to null or PTR data was equal to key. Okay, so if it is PTR link equal to null, then you will say that sorry, this corresponding data item was not found in the list and you cannot proceed with the process. We are terminating the process. You can just display the error message and leave from the algorithm. If you have come out of the while loop because PTR data was equal to the value which we were searching for, in that case, what you have to do? You have to create a room for your newly created node, right? So currently, the third node is pointing to the fourth node of the original list. Okay, what you have to do? You have to copy the address of the fourth node from the third node. The address of the third node is right now with PTR. PTR is pointing to the third node. PTR link will be pointing to the fourth node of the original list. Okay, so you have to copy the content or copy the address which is being stored inside PTR link, and that is being updated into the link field of the newly created node. Okay, so the newly created node will be updating itself with the content of or with the address of the fourth node. Okay, now you can remove the link between the third node and fourth node of the original list, and you can ask PTR link to store the address of the newly created node. And you can also add the data x to new. This is how it is done. Let's see how this is implemented in a diagram. Okay, so here, as I said before we start, you have header and PTR. Okay, you have new, you have created a new node, and it is from the memory bank. So this big whole square is the memory bank, and you have created a node. You have set the value as x and the link value is updated as null. Okay, so PTR is going to move from the first node, second node, third node, and this is your key. Okay, so this is your key. So initially you can see the key, the node containing key is pointing to its immediate next node. You have to update it, you have to copy the content, you have to update it, and you can set it like this. Actually, this is happening in the other way. First, you will be updating x, the value, the link field of x being updated to point to E. Then you will be updating the link between key and E. Then you will be modifying the list. Okay, so that has been interchanged. Kindly make a note of this. Okay, first you will be updating the value at x. Then you will be updating the value at key. Okay, so this is the newly created node. You can see the newly created node is A, B, C, key, X, E and F. So this is how insertion at any position